What's up, guys? I'm back with another movie review. Today I'm here to talk to you about an animated movie, The Napping Princess. This is from Shout Factory and GKIDS. So the story here is a young girl who is preparing to end high school. She should be doing her homework and preparing for the future, but instead she's falling asleep in class and daydreaming about this fantasy world known as Heartland. And it's like a super tech-driven place. She's in the middle of everything there. Like, it's kind of not like her real life, where she kind of feels unimportant and doesn't really know what she wants to do or where she wants to go. In Heartland, everything kind of almost revolves around her. In the real world, however, like I said, she's kind of struggling to, find her place. Her father is a very talented guy when it comes to tech, but he's also kind of eccentric, and he has access to this really powerful tech data that apparently he stole from a very powerful corporation, and he uses that data to get these like different tech devices out to normal people who couldn't ordinarily afford them, like self-driving car AI, stuff like that companies would never let poor people have. He's like kind of the Robin Hood of tech. He ends up vanishing one day, and it's up to her to protect the tablet that's got all of his apparently stolen data on it. And she's got to stay one step ahead of the corporate goons, and then she's also just got to track down her dad. And the story here is interesting because you kind of continually wonder, what's the connection between the real world and Heartland. The movie doesn't completely explain that. That's not really a spoiler. It's just kind of, it's dreamlike, so, it doesn't give any concrete answers in that area. But it tells a really interesting story, and I really like that it has a strong female lead character. She's definitely not the typical damsel in distress. She does have her male best friend with her, but, and he bails her out at times, but she's the brains and the brawn of the operation, pretty much. I really like the story here. It's kind of basic, but it's really interesting. It's got some nice twists and turns. The animation is really, really nice. It's almost deceptively beautiful because the designs are kind of simplistic, when you first look at them, but then the detail starts to really come out through the animation, and it ends up being a lot, more visually dynamic movie than I expected, especially in terms of world building. There's so much detail and depth in the backgrounds of bringing both the regular world and the Heartland world to life, so I was pretty impressed by that. It's a comedy. It does have some action and chases in it, but at its heart, it's kind of a light comedy. I think most of the humor worked. I like the writing. I like the dialogue. I like the characters. I pretty much like everything about Napping Princess. I thought it was a really solid movie, and fans of animation will definitely find a lot to like here, or just any kind of tech-driven stories or fantasy with kind of a tech twist to it. The Blu-ray is from Shout Factory and GKIDS. It's got a bunch of interviews and stuff from the Japanese premiere, interviews with the cast, trailers, TV spots. It's also got Japanese, English, and French language tracks, as well as English and French subtitles. The movie looks fantastic. I can't imagine it looking much better than this. Super clean, super clear. It's a newer movie, so it's no surprise that it looks that good. But it's just nice to see it given such a great treatment. Like I said, I really like the animation here. It's kind of deceptively simple, and it really comes to life, in HD really well. So if you're a fan of animation, or, the story sounds interesting to you, I would definitely check it out. I really had a lot of fun with Napping Princess, and I'm definitely glad to have it in my collection. So if you want to check it out, again, that's from Shout Factory and GKIDS. You can pretty much get it, pretty much anywhere where you would get normal movies, Amazon, pretty much everywhere. If you want to read my full write-up of Napping Princess, you can go to my website, markfusion.com, and check that out. I've also got a ton of other GKIDS and Shout Factory reviews there, as well as hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of other movie reviews. So you can check that out. I'm also on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, Letterboxd. You can kind of see what I've got coming up if you follow me on Letterboxd, because I normally post stuff there before I get the reviews put up here. And I'm also on Patreon if you want to check that out. But the best way to help me out, as always, is just to hit that sub button. And a free, easy, direct way to support me and help me to continue to make content. But I greatly appreciate you watching these videos, guys. Hopefully I'll see you soon.